Duane McDonald. Fancy seeing you here.
Mr. Cashmere, happy Sunday.
It certainly is. It's a very happy Sunday because we've got a new announcement for One Electric Day. And, well, before we talk about the artists in One Electric Day, congratulations on 10 years of One Electric Day.
Yeah, it snuck up pretty quick. I didn't realise till the presser was done up that it was a 10th edition. So
Tell me about that very first edition.
Yeah, it was an experience that we probably want to forget. We ran a bit overtime down there and weren't prepared. We had no lighting, and as you know, Werribee Park and its car parks are quite expansive. So we were in a fair bit of trouble come 8 o'clock at night when Jimmy was still singing. So we had our cars out on all the footpaths with the headlights on high beam and people falling over and climbing through garden beds. Yeah. We've learned a bit since then.
Yeah. Why the choice of Werribee Mansion? I think it had been used before for rock concerts in the past. I know I saw Elton John there.
It's a perfect location, for the western side of Melbourne because there is no venue out there. I mean, you've got your Yarra Valley venues, Mornington, on one side of the city, and there was just, a lot of people and nothing on that side. And the grounds, when we had a look at it, it's just fantastic out there.
Well, let's get on to the big announcement for 2023 and the headliner, Icehouse, once again. Good to see.
Yeah, perfectly. Icehouse have played once before. They weren't headlining out there. It was on a multi-bill. This will be the only Victorian show for this year for the One Electric Day. Look, last year, as you know, we did two, but we're just going to stick to the one this year. So it should be great, and be thrilled to have Icehouse at the top.
Well, it's incredible, isn't it, that that first Icehouse album was 1981. We're talking 42 years since that first Icehouse album came out. So I guess, you're celebrating quite a few artists on here that have kicked over the 40-year mark for 2023. Another one being Daryl Braithwaite, who probably is the elder statesman of the group. Daryl had his first record out in 1970.
Before I was born, his first album was out. So it's, and funny enough, Daryl's probably got the youngest audience at the minute out of all of the artists on the bill.
Well, The Horses, a song from, I think it would have been 1989 when Daryl recorded that. And few people didn't realise at the time that it was actually a cover, Ricky Lee Jones's song. But he really made it his own. And I don't know what happened, but somewhere in the early 2000s, young women decided to adopt that as their anthem. And, that's a sing-along song every time you put on a Daryl show, isn't it?
It is. I mean, when he goes out and sings that, you may as well turn the PA off because it's irrelevant. The crowd's that loud when they get into it. You could never beat it.
Another one we should talk about in terms of heritage, because he doesn't cover one band, he covers two. Jon Stevens, who also had a tenure in excess from 2000 to 2003. So with Jon Stevens on the bill, you're getting a pretty much equal mix of both In Excess and Noiseworks.
Yeah, you are, and he's proven that. He's done quite a few One Electric Days now, and he's undoubtedly one of the favourite artists ever to go onto that stage. The crowd from the minute he steps up there are just in awe of him, and it's fantastic set. It's all killer, no filler with Jon. So
yeah,
it's great. Yeah.
And I would imagine that over the last couple of years, you've got to know Mark Seymour very well, because I think, when was it, 2000, we started off with Hunters and Collectors, then we were interrupted by bushfires and rain, and then COVID. And it was only 2022 where that all ended up, and then here we are, 2023. You're back out touring with Mark again this year on the Red Hot Summer Shows. So you and him must be besties by now.
He's an act that I'd be happy if he was on every show we did forever. He's just rock solid every show. He's just, and he's just such a pleasure deal with and a great guy to be around. There's sort of people in the world that draw you, they just inspire you, and he's one of them. He just does not stop working. And working on his craft, and a unbelievable band around him in the Undertow, which they're all fantastic guys. So it's great. Yeah.
Another band that's great to see back and active again, Boom Crash Opera. And Dale Ryder had a few rough years there with health issues. They're about to go out on their own shows just to put it all back together again. But great to see Dale is back with Boom Crash for One Electric Day in Werribee.
Yeah, and I mean Dale's another guy that he's just inspires you, especially the way he's come back from the issues of the last couple of years, and he was on he was on the Hunters and Collectors shows, and then obviously when we rebooted with that, he wasn't available, and it's a big gap to fill, because it's another fantastic live Aussie band that's underrated. So it's great to have him back up there, and for him to get himself back into the shape where he can get up there and do it is, looking forward to seeing it. Yeah.
And Duane McDonald, you also always have a few surprises. On this one. Somebody who, I guess she was one of the forerunners of New Wave and early punk of the early 1980s before she developed into her own solo pop career. Talking about Belinda Carlisle here, who we first heard of as the Go-Go's in 1981. Yeah. So here we are with yet another act from the 1980s and spanning more than 40 years. Yeah,
and looking forward to hearing Belinda, because she does huge business in Australia. She'll be out here at that time on her own tour, which is pretty much sold out everywhere. So I thought, well, she's here, we're not going to let this opportunity go. So thrilled to have her on the
the
lineup.
Important date, of course, we should be talking about that, the 19th of November 2023 at Werribee Park, the Great Lawn. Down there at Werribee Mansion, which is, it just feels like a great place when you're down there. You can fantasize about owning the big building on the other side of the block of land, can't you?
You can, yeah. I mean, and it's great. I mean, some of the photos, and then you see the mansion in the background, and it's, even looking from the stage out, that sea of people with the big mansion behind, it's beautiful. So it's a great day out. It's a family day out. It's a daytime event. We've got 8,000 people in there by 10:30 in the morning, and on a Sunday, that's a pretty big effort.
Yeah.
And it's a great day, and it's good to see the kids running around and learning about real music.
Yes, it's quite refreshing.
Yeah.
And also the community service announcement here: only get your tickets from ticketmaster.com.au, not those other vultures via GoGo.
I mean, the more the media have told the public what they're really up to, and the more people that have been ripped off by them over the years. No, it's good. Everyone's starting to realise only to buy tickets through the official channels, because money's tight as it is without people going out and getting ripped off. So, at one stage it wasn't one or two people coming to a show. You were talking hundreds just queued up with fake tickets, and some had paid $400 or $500 for a $100 ticket. That's the power of the internet. You click the first thing you see, and they've done that and bought the ticket and not realised. And but things are getting better in that front.
Yeah. Well, the show, of course, One Electric Day, Werribee Park, Werribee, 19th of November 2023. It is a Sunday afternoon, and it will be sunny. So, I can't promise that, so. But, chances are at that time of the year in Victoria. All right. Thanks, Duane.
Thanks, Paul. See ya.